good morning, good afternoon for some of you. How does it feel to wake up and know that you are in a final? Not just in any final, in the first final in 55 years. Makes the weekend unique, doesn't it? But it has already been, in a way, unique. You had Messi winning the Copa America, first title of Argentina since 1993, maybe a good omen for England against Brazil. In that period, since 93, Brazil had won 2 World Cups, 5 Copa Americas and 4 Confederations Cups. So it was time for Messi to get something at senior level. He hadn't won anything. What else? I spoke to Thomas Frank for a new episode of the Pure Football podcast with Charlotte Guillem and Vicky Blomet, who will be my partners in crime in the podcast from now on.
You telling me that during the break, there was not one single time that one of your best friends said to you a story, and at the end of it, you went like, you're not listening, are you? Without anything happened? Because you're like, yeah, I should just do... No, not once?
In the holiday, I would say it was very little. But I completely agree. After a game, for example, if we have guests a Saturday night, then I agree with you. You're staring at them, you're smiling, and you're nodding, and you're just hoping that you're doing that in the right timing, because your head are just spinning. Easier when you have won, of course.
And I was with Dalma Maradona in the same radio show. Unbelievable. It was so imposing. She's reading the book as well, the biography of Maradona that I wrote. What else? I went to the club, to Biggleswade United, and this is when I'm starting talking about England. Because I had the opportunity to share time with some of our players from youth, senior coaches as well. I had the opportunity to check how good it looks, the new shirt. I played a little bit of football, mostly walk really.
There's the music. Oh no, what a bad pass from Christian. That going through. Oh, how did he miss that? Yeah, Balague going through. To Cam. Ollie's in the middle. Through to Ollie. What? Still Ollie, turn. That's Cam. And Ollie. What a goal!
The excuse was that we did a special evening, the opening of the lights, I think we called it. Finally, we've got the new floodlights in the club. What does that have to do with England, you may wonder? It does, but let me have a coffee first. While checking out what's on socios.com. As I've discussed a couple of times, it's nearly impossible not to like Gareth Southgate and the squad. They have proven to be very much grounded and have great personalities. But there is another reason why I'll give them a medal to the most likeable nation in the tournament. And that's the graphic that the FA has put out, in which it reminds us where all the players come from, most of them from grassroots teams. And being the chairman of one of them, of Biggleswade United, I have to say that it kind of touch a nerve. Say at Biggleswade United and hundreds of clubs like ours, we're not there to make England internationals. We are there to actually reinforce a series of values and ideas that have to do on how you play. In our case, our identity is to keep the ball, to dominate, to go through the midfield and to pressure high. Those kind of things. And everybody plays that way. But more importantly, what we want to leave with the kids that are in our hands at youth or senior level is just things that are basic, not just for football. And if you become England international, that's great. But it's more about life. Like respect of authority, like that things get done better and last longer if you do it in a team, how important generosity is to each other, how crucial it is to understand that defeat is part of the sport. All those things bode very well when you go into your normal life. But it seems to me that the clubs that these players have been in have also given them those values that they carry with them until the final. the European Championship final. Because of that, because how well they represent in the country, because how they playing, but more importantly, because they accept also that the influences have come from all over the park to get to where they are now. And this is the beginning of something. I've got the impression that England will evolve from here. And that's down to that influence that I'm talking about, the ones from Pep Guardiola or Pochettino or even Rafa Benitez or Bielsa. This is not just England winning in my eyes, people that have been in England and close to the England camp, but also trying to understand what has happened with that evolution. All that makes me personally want England to win. I really do. I understand what Italy have been doing as well, and that is also an evolution that has to do as well with the teams that have succeeded in the last 10-15 years, Barcelona, Spain included. And I know that they won't be influenced by Wembley, as Chiellini and Bonucci, for instance, have played so many games in so many noisy stadiums, and I appreciate that, and that personality, the way they want to play, which I think it won't be as they played against Spain, it will be as they play the rest of the tournament, trying to control the ball. But even if they don't control the ball, they're capable, more than capable, to play in different ways. They can counter-attack, they can do passing football, positional football, they can defend deep, they can suffer, they can enjoy themselves, all that. A very, very complete team. No doubt the two best teams in the tournament make it into the final, but I feel that it's England's time. There is less desperation historically for Italy than there is obviously for England. There is a mixture of things that England are doing that should take them to the title. Starting with the fact that everybody's happy to defend. Not just that, they defend really well. Set pieces, any kind of attacks. They avoid counter-attacks because of how the midfield is very compact, and you know, if you lose the ball, if England lose the ball up front, there's a lot of players in behind. When they have to do individual decisions, defensive decisions, they've been very, very good. And when they attack, it is a team that wants to get the ball to the forwards, and there they do their move. It could be 1-2, it could be dribble or driving with the ball. It's just that they do it a lot of times. Not always successfully, but they insist and insist and insist on the idea. All that is a really good mixture, if you include as well the fact that set pieces are well defended, but also now well attacked too. I think England will win, and I think it will be celebration that will be massive, no doubt about that, but also a bit of a turning point. England won't go into any tournament anymore, not in the next few years, not while this generation is playing. They won't go just thinking, let's see what happens here. They will go with a winning mentality, which is being developed in front of our eyes. Historic moment, enjoy yourselves, don't drink too much. I cannot wait for this final.